smells doubt when the wind blows, to the point that he starts to believe that he can't even breathe. But a sigh of relief is released once the point of a blade is displayed, fillets the page, a whole plague of wounds, blood and ink, a whole plague of wounds. I lost it.
Take your time, take your time, take your time.
Rashida. His flared nose smells doubt when the wind blows, to the point where he starts to believe that he can't even breathe. But a sigh of relief is released once the point of a blade is displayed, fillets the page, a plague of wounds.
Take your time, son.
Listen to Team Cook. I will do so. Luckily, I have all my stuff.
Always stay obvious.
Sorry about this.
You good, you good?
Happens sometimes. I'm a little rusty. I ain't been on stage long time.
Once a year.
His flared nose smells doubt when the wind blows, to the point where he doesn't believe that he can even breathe. But a sigh of relief is released when the point of a blade is displayed, fillets the page, creates a plague of wounds. Blood and ink bleed a whole world war of words. Metaphors pour forth like molten smelted metal for his sword, the shogun. He owns no guns, but his tongue lashes out and licks lyrics from lips like whips. His gums gnash and grind teeth, creating speech that reaches for your wardrobes found, pounding in ear. Spears pierce the stillness by scratching inscriptions, depictions penned by gaudy hands, guarded by gauntlets, wrought in iron wrote on shields. Fields of silence decayed, dying, lying rotting under bright ideas and gut feelings. Reeling back from a stench that smells so gut-wrenching, still writing. Writers blotted out by the shots from fiery thoughts of the art of authors whose bows are made by the bending of rules. Using their strings attacks to shoot attacks farther than shooting stars, or maybe even the distance from here to Mars. Soon, even the moon retreats, concedes defeat at the feet of the scarred and hardened samurai who now boldly holds control of the tides, called crowds, called out of the crowd to be the dictator because of his dictation. But his cause calls for more futile fights in the defense of the freedom of speech, so he declines. Inclines his katana honorably. To deny his calling would be ritualistic suicide, harikari. And he can hardly stomach the thought of releasing all of his butterflies. The battlefield's feel is as tangible as the knife's handle to the life of the autonomous titan, so he tightens his grip until it's as tactile as braille becomes to the blind. The mind is where he reigns supreme. So under the storm of brains he stands, as thoughts fall like innocence after adolescence, the essence of no mercy. The enemy of the ignorant, you can't ignore the warring swordsman. So take note of the worn notebook's forlorn looks as it's torn from the insides out, leaving its insides out for all to see. See the curse of the perfect through the course of the wordsmith. With words, of course, he's a better letter connected than all of the curves that you find in cursive. A force to be reckoned with reckless abandon, brandishing slogans. The shogun whets his intellectual appetite, despite an unending thirst for knowledge, knowing the lawless destinies he wipes from his blade right on the faultless page, what he just recorded as a poem. Rashida. Now I'm gonna read one. So I'm a co-founder of Team Cook. My last name is Cook, so shout out to the homeboy with the birthday. With no relation, we light skinned though, so I see you.